Toma time! What is going on, guys? Toma Tales here, and today I have another video addressing cultural and social issues. What I want to talk about today is my views, my experiences, and just my thoughts on American women. To give you some background, I was born and raised in Germany. My mom's German, my dad's French. She still lives there. And I still visit Europe about almost every year. I was just there 3 months ago. And from the age of, birth to 13 years old, I had lived in Germany and France partly as well. And at 13 years old, I suddenly, my family and I, we moved to America. And going from, elementary school and whatnot, and a little bit of middle school in Germany, to coming to America, I've learned a lot, and I've experienced a lot, and it has completely changed me as a person. And the older I get, the more I'm able to understand what is happening, and how I feel about it, and that I want to express myself and share it with you guys, because Europe and America, it's a whole different thing, and the women are vastly, vastly different. And we all, if we're a man, we need to know what we're getting into. We need to know what we're looking for in a woman, so that we can potentially have something serious with a woman. But something that I'll never forget in my entire life. It happened to me when I was 13 years old. It stuck with me. It's one of those memories that you just don't forget. It's there crystal clear. And you always wonder why, why is that stuck around? Well, I know why this one stuck around, because it was the first wake-up call to me being in America and dealing with American women. I had just moved to America at this point, and it was I believe it was my first or second day going to middle school. And in Germany, I was like super cool. I had like the cutest girlfriend in the school. I had so many friends. I was super happy. And I truly thought, my naive 13-year-old self, that I would still be that guy in America, that I would still be cool, have a lot of friends, and I could just jump right back in. And first or second day of middle school, guys, I remember there was this cute black girl. I was kind of attracted. I was like, wow, this girl's, pretty attractive. So me still having all this confidence and thinking I'm still the man, I remember just walking up to her and being like, hey, you're really attractive. Turn that shit down. And I just went up to her and I said, hey, you're very attractive, expecting her to just completely, give me a good, response. Something that I was expecting was like, oh yeah, you as well, something. But what she did was just the first indication of how my life would be from now on. And what she said was, who the hell are you talking to me? Why are you talking to me? And she walked away. Man, that I couldn't believe it at the time. I was so in shock. I was like, what just happened? Am I ugly? Am I weird? What's going? Why did she just act like I'm nothing, And I just wasn't used to it. And truth be told, from that moment on, middle school through high school, that's who I was. I was not accepted. I didn't fit in with the American people, and I already made a video about that, explaining, my thoughts on American people in general. But today, I want to talk about American women, because as I have grown up, I went to college, I started to get my confidence back. I had zero confidence from middle school to high school. I was shattered. I was an angry person. I was an unhappy person. I would let it out on my family members, because I wasn't happy, and I wasn't my happy version. But college, I found myself again, because I started to prioritize myself. And with that came me sleeping with a lot of American women. My body count is at 58 right now. And that all happened from 19 years old to 23. And with that being said, I went to college full of American women. Only blonde American women, the typical girls you see out and about around town. And so I have so much experience with these American women, and I also know how European women are. I've traveled so many countries, so I know how most countries' women are. And so for now, I just want to give you guys my perspective on American women compared to European women, because it is so vastly different. The first and most noticeable difference between American women and European women is how approachable they are. Now, this will bring me to a story. And my friend and I, we were in Europe about a year ago. And, you know, he saw this cute girl in Germany on the street in a kind of smaller town. And he was like, okay, I'm going to talk to her. She's very attractive. So, you know, he did his best to talk to her. He was like, hey, how you doing? This, and that. And, you know, he said something along the lines of, hey, like, you're very pretty. Like, do you think I could get your number or something? And this girl was like, she looked at him like, are you fucking serious? Like, get the fuck out of my face. Like, don't talk to me. And she stormed off with her friend. And I was like, what the hell? Like, what? Like, he was just being nice and trying to get her number. And even as she was walking away, she was looking back like we just asked to, like, have a threesome in the park or something. And, you know, as these things happen, I learned that it's because European women are not there to just be fucked. They're not there for you to just, if they don't know you, you're not a part of their circle, they don't have a friendly, you know, you're not on a friendly basis with them, they don't take kindly to strangers. That's how European women are, and it's complete opposite with American women. American women, you can go up to an American woman and ask her, you want to fuck on the street, and most of them will just be like, no or yes, without an attitude. And that's not how European women are at all. They're very timid. They're very shy. Now, we'll get into how a lot of European countries and their women are starting to become Americanized. We can get into that. But from, you know, from a growing up and cultural perspective, most European women are very shy, timid. They don't want to talk about sex or anything like that until you have dates with them, go on dates, take them out, treat them like you care about them, and then you can go on and further your relationship with them. And American women are just flat out sluts, whores. Out of my 58 bodies, only one girl made me wait more than a day, and that's the girl I decided to date for a year. They don't make you wait in America. They have no self-respect. They have no values. They have no dignity. And these are all things I'm noticing. And the reason I feel is why the American women are like this is because from being raised from ground up in America, they're not taught to have family dinners. They're not taught to talk about your day or how your school day went or, you know, quality family time. They're just taught to put food in a microwave, get on social media at the age of already 8, and just be on your phone all the time, and just try not to bug your parents and stay out of their way. And that's why women in America don't have any self-respect. I used to live in Germany. Women in Germany, you can see them as wise, you can see them as, you know, very quality. When you look at a German woman, most of them, you can just tell. They carry themselves with class, and they're not here to just have a hookup or just have a high body count and just not care about their, you know, their body and their mental state. And American women are not like that at all because they're not raised well. It's a whole different ballpark, guys, being raised in Europe and being raised in America. One of my biggest turnoffs that I'm so, like, picky. Like, I have so many regulations that need to match if I'm gonna date you. I don't want to sound like a dickhead, but so every single girl eats McDonald's, drinks soda, listens to the government like they're married. They don't think for themselves. They're at such a young age, they're on their phones, they're on social media, they're all just hanging out with their friends, they're filling their time with other people because they can't be on their own and think for themselves. And so that, you know, that agenda since they're young of just being on their phones, listening to social media, listening to their friends, being in crowds, not being able to just think for themselves and have quality time alone and with your family, it creates a woman who has no self-respect because she can't even think about anything besides parties, drugs, sex. So they have no self-respect, and they have no clue what to think besides what's being told in the news. And so that's just a woman that has no value, no morals. She's never going to grow up because all she's used to is partying, drinking, and trying to look pretty. And the hardest thing you're going to have to deal with is starting to become old, and they can't handle that because all they have is looks, and all they want is to have a baby so they're taken care of. And from my experience of having so many hookups with these women, and just, you know, you can obviously tell if they're quality or not, and there's nothing to them. There's nothing to these women that I'm hooking up with. Why am I hooking up with? Just for some quick sex. That's all there is to it. And it's led me to believing that I feel like the only women in America that still keep their morals, keep their family values, you know, and keep their pride and self-respect are country women. I have a lot of respect for country women. I don't know many, I haven't seen too many, but I know that the way they're raised and the work ethic they are born with, you know, of having to work at a farm or just be out in the country and live, you know, a very good life, a very innocent life where they're just, you know, they're surrounded by animals, they're helping their family, you know, whatever they're doing in the country. And you can tell that these women are not just sluts like normal American women. They have values, they have morals, and they don't just fuck anyone because they're horny and they can't control their hormones. What I said before of, you know, European women, if you don't know them, if you're not friends, you can't really approach them. That's not because they're not friendly or because they're not nice. It's because they're just raised like that, okay? They're raised to, you know, socialize and then get comfortable with you. Because they're not used to just random people approaching them and trying to get in their face and talk to them or get their number. It's disrespectful. Now, that brings me to American women. If you're not popular, you're just plain and simply nothing. You can be an attractive ass dude, have something going for you, but if you're not popular, especially in school, I've experienced this in middle school, high school, college, you see it everywhere. If you're popular, you can, even if you're not attractive, you can be with the hot girls, the popular girls, any just normal white American girl, and you can socialize with them and you can date them. But if they see that you're not popular, it's like you're not even human anymore. Why is popularity in American women so fucking important? Like going through, you know, high school and college, I was never really, I was a loser in middle school and high school. But college, I had some friends, you know, but I wasn't popular. People knew me. But that just stopped me from, you know, dating one of these very beautiful women. Just, you know, an American woman. Because they saw that I wasn't really popular. And they just completely disregard you at that point. I don't know why that is. Why are American women so superficial? You know, that's what you notice when you hang out with them. They always say things like, yeah, we'll hang out, or yeah, I really want to see you, let's schedule something, and then they'll just leave you unopened or something. They never keep their word. Why do you say things if you don't mean them? You know, it goes back to people not caring about their words, not having respect of what comes out of their mouth. I don't think American women respect themselves and so they don't expect others to, I don't know, but what I can tell you is it is so hard to find a quality woman in America. I've lived in a few different states now, Florida, Tennessee, California, and it's really all the same. Every girl wants to be blonde, every girl wants to be popular. They drink, they smoke, they do drugs, they go out, they act like whores just to be popular, because that's all they want to do, is be seen on another person's Snapchat story, so they can, you know, have some likes or have some dialogue, people talking about them. There's no real quality dialogue, human to human, there's no real interactions, and it's just a hookup culture in America. It's an unhealthy hookup culture. I'm a part of it. I see it. I see what's happening. But at the same time, at least I'm not going to let myself fall in love with one of these women I'm hooking up with, because I see who they are. They're McDonald's, garbage, soda, filth, all vaccinated, just listening to whatever someone tells them on the news. There's no value to them. No parental skills. Most of them can't even cook. You know, in Europe, everyone's cooking food. Everyone's taking care of their bodies, they're fit, they're healthy, they're not obese, they're not chubby. In America, we're glorifying fat bitches and chubby girls, and they think they're the shit because guys are desperate enough to have sex with them, and now even the ugly girls in America think they're top shit. Guys, being in America is an interesting experience. It's been about 10 years now for me, and just be careful if you want to find a special person in America, like to have a wife and make kids with. Because eventually they're going to get out of shape. They're only pretty young. They're only pretty when they're young. Pretty women don't take care of themselves. there's a very few percentage of beautiful women that actually go to the gym, eat healthy, care about, you know, their bodies and what water they're drinking and all this stuff. Most attractive women are so lazy. They lay in bed all day, masturbate 3 times a day, wear out their clit so you can't make them come anymore and have a, you know, a sensual experience with them. And so they think it's so easy when they're young because they're hot. They don't need to work out. They can eat junk food. They don't care. They can drink soda and eat chips. But how many, you see these married women, they're all kind of chubby now. They're all out of shape. They have this good-looking man a lot of times. You notice how a lot of married people in America have good-looking husbands. But the women are all out of shape, blonde, chubby, and they just let themselves go because being young, they're not young anymore, so their body isn't going to, you know, perform the same performances and allow them to eat junk food and allow them to be lazy. You're going to get fat, and you don't want to get stuck with a fat chick in marriage or have babies with one, because she's going to raise your kids to be lazy, and she's going to raise your kids to not have any morals, and she's going to raise your kids without the care to keep them safe from the hookup culture, the drug culture, and the alcohol that's spewing in America everywhere. And if you guys want to find quality women, you have to get away from the mainstream of social media, of downtown life. You have to look in the outskirts, you know, where there's quality, where there's, you know, more in the country, Europe, you know, a lot of countries like England and Sweden, Swedish women, and, you know, British women, Swedish women. A lot of these countries, their women are being indoctrinated by America because they see American women as, oh my God, look at these rappers, these female, they're so cool. I like their music, I like their style, and, you know, look how they're having so much fun, they're acting slutty, and now they're all starting to act slutty too. So hurry up, because there's not going to be a lot of good women left. Europe is slowly becoming indoctrinated by American ideologies, and with that, the women are going down the drain. So just be careful, guys. Be careful, because, you know, you don't want to get yourself in a situation that you can't get out of with a woman that you do not want. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Take care.